Oh, man. Do we really got to see this one again, folks? Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuning into Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people want to question, what is Canelo Alvarez, the former 4-division world champion, super middleweight undisputed, going to be doing next? And you also want to question, what is Terence Crawford, the reigning 5-division world champion, 3-division undisputed world champion? No man, I believe, is ever gonna accomplish that. Just like I don't believe that no man is ever gonna accomplish the Manny Pacquiao 8-division world champion, right? But at the end of the day, let's be real, let's be honest. In 168-pound division, in which Terence Crawford holds the crown, the rematch may still be the biggest fight in the 168-pound division. As a matter of fact, the rematch may still be the biggest fight for Terence Crawford. Because if we say, what's the next for Terence Crawford? The Shiraz fight? Is it bigger? Jaime Munguia? Jamal Charlo, I think it'll be a good fight. Would it be bigger than Canelo Alvarez rematch? Demetrius Andre, would it be bigger than the Canelo Alvarez rematch? Who else? Who else in the Plant? Nah. If he fights somebody in the 160-pound division. Carlos Adames? Janibek? Nope. Lara? If he pulls somebody from the 154 to the 160 and have a fight in a catchweight or something like that, the winner of Honduran Thurman may be good because of the name. The winner of Lubin and Virgil Ortiz, if he's willing to move up to the 160-pound division, like Oscar De La Hoya did say, maybe. Yeah, at the end of the day, let's be real, let's be honest. The rematch is still the biggest fight for Terence Crawford, and the rematch is still probably the biggest fight and the most important fight for Canelo Alvarez if he wants to continue his career. Now the question is, can Canelo win the rematch? Well, anyway, you got to ask if Canelo Alvarez even wants the rematch. Canelo Alvarez is reporting that he's going to be having elbow surgery. Don't know if that injury was sustained prior to the fight, going into the fight, or is it an injury that, that Terence Crawford caused, right? We don't know the details of how he sustained that injury, but probably Canelo Alvarez could elaborate on that when he get an opportunity to do so. Can Canelo Alvarez win the rematch? Let me tell you like this. Canelo Alvarez is still an all-time great. Of course, this loss has taken a significant hit, a hit in the perception of many today. It is what it is. Social media, just, it is what it is. All the things that he's accomplished, you can't take it away. But the relevancy of his praise and his aura has been shot. It's almost like when Roy Jones Jr. lost to Tarver, got knocked out by Tarver, and they got knocked out by Glenn Johnson. Right after the John Ruiz fight, when he captured the heavyweight championship of the world and became a 4th-division world champion, only 2 men in the history of the sport of boxing did that. We was talking about Roy Jones Jr. top 5 GOAT. But then when that happened, when he lost to Tarvin and Glenn Johnson, and then throughout his career, he was just getting knocked out all over the place. You know what I'm saying? His legacy did take a hit. His stance did take a hit. His position in the all-time great list took a hit. Went from top 5 to probably top 20. The same thing with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez went from arguably, he's the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, and now people want to question if he's even top 5. Canelo Alvarez needs this fight more than Terence Crawford needs this fight. But if Terence Crawford does want, because I'm going to tell you like this, in the sport of boxing, the rematch is probably more lucrative than the first fight. Right? I think that Canelo Alvarez mentally lost the fight, or Bud Crawford beat him mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I think when Canelo Alvarez was throwing some bombs and understood that he just can't hurt Bud Crawford, I think that took a lot out of Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez of late seems not to have an adjustment plan. He sticks to the A game, to the A plan, and he doesn't have a B, doesn't have a C. And we seen it leading up to this fight. But of course, he was still winning. And when you're still winning, sometimes you just don't really put a microscope on what needs to take place. Oscar De La Hoya said a long time ago that he needed to let go of Eddie Reynoso. Maybe should he let go of Eddie Reynoso? I'm gonna tell you like this. I think that he could keep Eddie Reynoso with the team. He's a part of his life. He's a part of his growth. Eddie Reynoso been with him ever since he was a teenager. That's his best friend. That's his manager at the same time. But you need another brain in the camp. I don't think that they should subtract. I think that they should add. I think that Eddie Reynoso should become the second hand and add somebody, because in the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez is not like he's 40 years old, 35 years old. Could learn something, could tweak something a little bit, because in the end of the day, did he get demoralized physically? No, he got demoralized mentally, spiritually, and game plan. He got demoralized. I think it's more of a mental thing, it's a game planning thing. I think it's an ego thing. The same way that he fought Terence Crawford, the same way he tried to fight William Skull, the same way he tried to fight Ryder, the same way he tried to fight. Like, there's no game plan. There's no game plan. And that has to do with the head coach. That has to do with Canelo Alvarez to pull the trigger in changing his coach and trainer. Maybe it's too late. Canelo Alvarez is an all-time great. I believe that he can make an adjustment in the gym if he truly wants to. I believe he's good enough to edge a fight with Terence Crawford, but I also believe that Terence Crawford don't have too many wear and tears in his career. I do believe that Terence Crawford, that now he truly knows that Canelo Alvarez can't hurt him. He's not faster. He's not quicker. He don't throw more punches than him. And at the end of the day, Terence Crawford has a high IQ. And I think that if Canelo Alvarez in a rematch is not mentally prepared with game planning and stuff like that, does not tweak it, I think that Terence Crawford actually stops Canelo Alvarez. As a matter of fact, if Canelo Alvarez does not fix the mental part of the things, because he looked like, he was introducing Terence Crawford to his wife and kid and stuff like that. He looked like he mentally checked out. If he doesn't get that confidence mentally, the same thing will happen to Roy Jones Jr. after the Tarver fight when he got knocked out by Glenn Johnson. It doesn't need to take a Terence Crawford to knock him out. I believe that if Canelo Alvarez continues his career and do not fix what needs to be fixed, he's going to get knocked out by anybody. Don't be surprised. He could get knocked out like Jaime Munguia got knocked out by Frenchie. In the history of the sport of boxing, we see legends lose and get humiliated by guys that was not even supposed to be in the ring, not even in their level. So not forget Mike Tyson when he lost to McBride. And if you look at the history of the sport of boxing, a lot of these legends that we do respect and admire, immortal legends, they fall real bad with guys in the end of their career that they was not supposed to be losing to. I believe, looking at the Canelo Alvarez post-fight interview, so the main question is, do Canelo even want the rematch? I think that Canelo Alvarez understands that he should have won that fight even on paper. I just don't think that Canelo Alvarez, looking at what happened after the fight, he has it in him to beat Crawford. But is he good enough to edge a win in a rematch? I believe so, because at the end of the day, it was not a lopsided victory. It was close rounds. It was two judges, I believe, gave it 115-113. The other one gave it 116-112. If Canelo Alvarez would have stepped in the gas in the championship rounds like Bud did, probably if he would at least took the 11th round, one of the last two rounds, then we would have had a draw. Let me know what y'all think, man. Who wins the rematch?